Hello everybody and welcome back. Chat has voted and they have decided they lust for gold. We're going to burn down Spain. Let's do things. Alright, remove modifiers, exit, hide those utility decisions, and let's do it. Should be good. Trade wharf is done, which means we will finally get some okay communication going here. Thank the Lord. We'll also start working on our general urbanization and more ships. So, if you don't remember the last episode, we are at war with Naples. Naples was allied somehow to Aragon, which was a perpetual personal partner of Castile. So they're at war with Castile, and we're gonna burn them down, and it's gonna be a great time, honestly. So landing in Castile is obviously presents a certain amount of difficulty. How so? Well, as you might know, Castile is a little strong. They are, between them and Aragon, that is, now looking at a total unit count of whatever this is, like 50-something thousand men. So we've got to be a bit careful about how we move in against them. So Cassia, you can go. No, you can't because you're in a coalition. That's right. So we are going to try and burn them down. We're not going to just burn down every province, though. That would be silly. It would take way more manpower than it would be worth. Because remember, every single man that dies in a battle is a man who wasn't used to build a road. So when you spend money to get loot, you're losing. Sorry, when you spend manpower to get loot, it's not just pure gain in terms of cash and infrastructure. You are still you're still costing yourself something important. It's you know, it's worth considering. So we're going to burn down the cities. Everywhere that has some degree of urban production is going to get burned down, and anywhere that has like an important center of trade, and like a few others, because these ones also have some local production, local wealth that looks juicy. But yeah, we're going to try our best to be a little bit more discriminating when it comes to where we actually burn down. Did I see you don't have a core here? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let's see, by the way, because this war, you know, partly this war is a loot war. Its existence is justified by our everlasting hunger for loot and glory, but we also want to take Bari and potentially even southern Sardinia. All right. Burn these guys down, and then we are ready to start heading east. And actually, now that I think about it, we really shouldn't have these transports over here undefended. Let's send our navy over here. We have that flagship. Thank you so much, chat, in a previous episode for reminding me that we needed to get the flagship going. Meanwhile, 10 new ships, please. Build them up here. And that puts us just over our force limit. Going slightly over your force limit. We don't need to keep attracting artisans in Athens because we already have silk there. Correct. Good. How are we doing silk surplus, by the by? Still just ample. We would like to get that higher, of course. But we'll see. We'll see. This is Hungarian land, actually. Hungary got a little chunk of Naples earlier on. Naples, what is you doing? Excuse me. Strikes me as a comically bad idea to deploy your 9,000 men down here. But yeah, so the question is, can we take Bari in this war? Or will this cause too big a coalition? That's too big a coalition. That's France right there. Okay. What about this? Still France. What about this? That's probably what we're going to do. That does put Milan in a coalition against us, but honestly, Milan declaring a coalition war against us is... that would be amazing. We would honestly go for that, so that we could have some fun burning down Milan using estate levies that we'd be able to raise for free, which would be sweet, of course. There's that minimum loot burden. It's a shame that we burnt this area down so much. Of course, we need to wait because maybe the development here will decrease because of all of the looting and the burning. But we'll see. Really happy to see that it's the lesser nobles that are getting most of the control these days. And yeah, the autonomy here is probably going up a bit just because of the new local university. Will have had an impact. It's also greater nobles. If we can get a bit more urbanization going here, we're likely to see that switch. Alright, nice. There's that siege 1. Gonna kick them out. These are very beatable, aren't they? 9 galleys. That's not insubstantial, but looks like we had an ally around. That trade dockland construction is really good. This one here is also going to be great. That gives us a full level 2 trade dockland relay network from both Constantinople all the way to Kaffa, to Trebizond, to Cairo, and to Albania. Superb. Okay. These guys landing in 1 day. Pretty sure September comes after August. There they go, landing. Good. Confirmed. In case you are wondering. Do we need to land a whole army on Minorca? What's the supply limit here? 16. Let's split one of our armies and split one of these guys. And you guys just stop taking unnecessary attrition. And we'll land 10 here and 10 like here. Because we need to get our men as close as possible to Spain. And then we're going to do a landing in Valencia. Because it doesn't have a fort. And then we'll really quickly like ferry people from the islands to Valencia. Back to the islands, back to Valencia. To get all our men in position really, really quickly. Because if the Spanish unify up against one stack, that's when we're going to be risky. That's when we're going to have a potential problem. Where else should we be urbanizing? Or should I be saving for the gosh darn Constantinople building that costs so freaking much? I suspect we should. So, you guys, you can go back to protecting trade in the Aegean. You get diminishing returns the more ships you have protecting trade. So if you can have a few protecting trade, you do want to have them do that as much as possible. So let's go send those guys over there, even if it's only a few. Oh, it looks like they're simultaneously at war with... Wait, you're at war with France? You are at war with France. You accepted that call to arms despite already being at war with France? You mad lads. Oh, it's the Sicilian conquest of Naples that got started after my war. Okay. Okay, well that's interesting. I like to see any unification wars in Italy are really good for us because it makes it easier to burn down when you can burn it down all at once. But yeah, those Frenchmen are gonna cause a lot of problems for Spain, obviously. Hopefully they'll be held at the border for a little while, giving us time to move in and begin sieges of the major population centers. So that we can get as much of the loot as possible. But yeah, if Spain... Look at that. You can see them taking casualties in real time. Oh, we're at war with Pisa. I didn't notice that. It's actually a real shame. Because now it looks like France and their allies are going to be the ones that get to loot Pisa. That sucks. Oh well. Oh well. Alright. Landing on January. And there's that Corfu center of whatever, communication. Have you got the recalculation? There we go. So look at that. It was 145 days, which I think is just the max. But all the way down to 49 now that we have the better communication. And look at that. The unrest is wildly decreased and the autonomy is trending down by a whole 13%. Not bad. 13.8% in fact. Better still. Yeah, we need to start landing on Spain urgently because the French are moving in and that's not acceptable. There's plenty of looting to be done. It'll take the French a while to burn through all the north. It's really good that France is fighting Spain, of course, because fighting someone big like Spain costs lots of manpower. That was the downside of us invading them. Which means France is taking that manpower penalty. Which means, of course, they'll be easier for us to fight in the future. Which, naturally, is great stuff. Yeah, Chaldziki, thriving merchant community. Absolutely. Give me a discount on building there, by all means. And then I will use it to make this decision for me. We'll build a craftsman's district because we got a discount on the production cost that's short term. You guys, land... we should wait for the other transports. I really want to be the ones that get these... Now that I've committed to doing these Spanish sieges. The thing is, the French are going to siege down this region, and, like, actually 5% of all of Spain's wealth is in that region because of the back and forth wars between Castile and Aragon before their union got established has really, really damaged the eastern part. The northeastern part especially. Come on, arrive already. There we go. Alright, you guys to Valencia. Valencia, because it's quick to siege. It's also one of the cities that actually has a little bit of wealth over here. A Spirit de Corps. Nice. Another 3% army professionalism, which gets us cheap generals. That's a really nice tier to have gotten. Oh, get out of here. Damn Frenchies. Well, they'll get theirs. They'll get theirs. We'll be burning them down later. Yeah, it's going to take till 2nd of May to land. Not ideal. Not ideal. A letter from the Rassids. Yes, I will, of course, not spend admin points to get a single ducat and the happy feelings from a darn Miaphysite to the south. The little tiny Semian Jewish enclave is still surviving. That's fun. I've never done a Jewish playthrough in M&T. I don't know if they have any kind of fun, specific mechanics. Please let me land and don't siege this province, France. Please. Hey, hey, hey. Alan Con. Okay, good. Stay there. Let me do it. Hey, hey, okay, hey. Stay out. Please. Please. Don't start sieging. Okay, they haven't started. Ah. Blah. You bastards. Get out of here. Oh, they're leaving. They're leaving. It's, guys, this is tense. I really wanted to loot it. Okay, we're in. Split the forces. Pick these 10 up. Pick these 10 up. Let's do this. Another conversion, eh? Here? Yeah. You guys attach. Come out here. Dun 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 dun. You guys ditto. Alright, we have the money now. Give me the Craftsman's District. Don't talk to me about Constantinople. Paris is too big. We'll burn it down and then we can get things sorted. Okay, okay. Come on. Win the siege. Win the siege. It's a shame we let them get Valencia, but what are we going to do? We're going to rush in and grab the big sieges. The ones that really matter. Alright, we got it. So the big ones obviously are Toledo, which we can't get to. Have you got any money? You haven't. Granada does. Murcia does. How much does it? I mean, there's not that much here, but... Let's hop in there. We should siege this just so we can get into this kind of internal bit. Let's send a good general there, because that gives us access to a lot of the big loot provinces. Go get another 10. You guys come in here. So, YouTube viewers, just for your knowledge, I don't know how much you watch Twitch, but there is a new feature, newish anyway, called prop bets. And we will siege the empty provinces, even if they're small, because they're just really easy money. And how prop bets work is you make a prediction using channel points, which is something you earn over time. And if you bet, it gives you odds based on how many people bet which result. And so people are betting right now on whether I will lose a single major battle in Spain. And most people think I won't, but those people that think I did, I will, have very good odds on their investment. So we'll see. We'll see. Of course, I'm going to try not to, but there's fun to be had in Twitch chat right now. And of course, if you want to get involved in similar Twitch-based gambling, which is definitely not gambling, governments of the world, don't take it away from me, you can head to my Twitch channel and have some fun. It's a good time. Anyway, enough Twitch talk. I mostly paused the recording. Love OBS's new pause recording feature, by the way. I mostly paused the recording to do Twitch talk. Alright, here's 16,000 squaring off against us. Hopefully they won't cause problems. I think I will actually land on Seville as well, in the south, with another army. Although we're about to break through here, so scratch that. We're deploying 80,000 men, I think, to Spain in the course of this invasion. Yeah, 80,000 men out of a total of 81,000. That's something that I'd kind of like to see in EU5. And I don't know how you'd do it. And I'm not saying EU5 is coming, because it's not for ages, I guess, is my bet. But I'd kind of like to see a reason to not send your whole army to every war. Because usually, unless you're in the very late game, you basically send your entire armed forces to every conflict, which is obviously wildly unrealistic. Like maybe making moving units from A to B more costly. I'm not sure how you would do that, but I can't go here. I have to go here first. Can I at least get to... humbug. Any loot here? Oh, there's good loot here, though. Yeah, let's go here, and then you can go here and here. Go grab them. Oh, and there's Mercia. Nice. So looking at loot, some here. And like I said, we are going to loot empty provinces when they present themselves. It's just the forts. It's just the kind of level 1 and 2 forts that we're going to avoid sieging unless they actually have loot under them, basically. Sieging Granada gets us through to the south, in here as well. I need an army ready to move on Toledo, because that's like one of the big prizes. Oh, they're sieging that one. Okay. In that case, let's merge these guys up. Keep us safe from them. I mean, I don't know. Oh, crap. This doesn't count as a major battle in Spain, but they caught our navy out of position. Oh, they're massacring them. Lost 5 transports. Build me another 5, please. I just built 2 in that province, so I'll manually throw 1 up in Rhodes. We are going to catch their navy out, though, for their privilege. This... Yeah, we want to make sure we're the ones that siege this. So as soon as that siege ends, I'll send these guys west. Let's go to speed 3. We don't want to be having mistakes like that. We want to make sure we're the ones that get the sieges. Oh, hello. Little Castilian army causing some problems. More conversions in the Greek lands to be had, but not there because they have a special modifier. There works. Hop on the boats and come on over. I'll have to do 2 trips on the boats now. Big, another French army. The French are beefy. Like, we should take a look at what the French have now that they're actually, you know, mobilized their estates. Only 36,000. They might not have mobilized their estates. I don't know what the AI decision making is for doing that. In my experience, when I attack the AI, they always mobilize their estates, but that's probably because when I attack the AI, they're always in, like, serious danger. Whereas in this war, obviously, France has it fairly in the bag without much of a mobilization. Nice. Got the core over here, which we should immediately start investing in because, like I said, we need that workshop pronto. There's Soria. Can't move to either of these, so I'm just going to have these guys stand there, basically. Because I need them to be able to move the second this siege ends. Alright, which is not yet. Good old slow decline. There goes Granada. Let's move straight to Cordoba. And then these guys can be ferried down and go to Cadiz. We don't want to siege this, do we? Well, there's 100 ducats. It's only level 1. Yeah, we should siege that. This is indeed a loot war. We are doing what we can to... Obviously, we in the fullness of time will own this land, but not for probably 100 years, maybe a bit longer. I mean, that's the other thing we could actually do in this campaign, you know. Oh, right! I've been such an idiot. I was saying, like, how on earth can Castile get called into this war? How has Aragon got allies? Aragon is the senior partner in this. That's why. We could take, like, Mercia. Or something like this. Which gives us the ability to start doing some wars of conquest against Spain. That's why Castile's so weak. It's because they're a personal union. Nice. Nice. So the war in the north is almost done. I mean, the siege in the north is almost done. And then we can get that going. Meanwhile, any other lootable provinces? Yeah, Jane looks pretty lootable to me. Let's go grab that. You guys can detach blockade and move on to Cadiz. There's another siege falling. Oh, that one falling means you can move to Toledo, right? Yes, get in there. And you can come here in the north. No, you can't, because then you're trapped by Toledo. Is this one worth looting? Those two are both worth looting. Yeah, and then once... How does loot work? This I don't know. Like, who gets the loot in a province? I assume it's the war leader, but I don't know for certain. It'd be good to know that. Oh, they got it. Please. Burgos on the 1st. 1st of February. 31st of January, let's go. You guys... and you guys turn around and go here. So we're going to be the siege leader in Castilla la Vieja, which is obviously amazing. Means we're going to get the loot, I believe, and we can actually get there faster from the south anyway. We're also going to be the war leader in Toledo. This is a scary-looking army. Got to be careful with them. And they're actually stopping to siege this one. Siege with Yao has ended. We may wish to divert from the south. Like, what? How far below our force limit are we? Not that far, because being at war gives you plus 25% force limit, if you're not familiar. High naval attrition? Oh, I didn't realise we were going to get attrition out there. Fair enough. I'll back off then. Those two armies, this army and the Aragonese army put together would beat us here. I don't think that army would. Yeah, they're going south. Oh, no! They did go after us. Okay. You lot are going to have to retreat. This is not a major battle, Twitch. Don't worry. They are going to get stack wiped, though. We're going to have to pull south from Cordoba, I think. Can I pull directly south? Should I reinforce? I don't think I should. Just hoping we don't all die. I did go way too risky when we saw that big army near us. I should obviously have pulled out. Okay. Craftsmen are abandoning their workshops and fleeing to Konya. Oh, they're fleeing from Konya. That's no good. No, try and keep our artisans here. What's the skill like now? Yeah, it's gone down a little bit. Basically, because everywhere else is getting these craftsmen's districts. They're the new hotness. Trade wharf's done there. Might as well get a workshop to go along with the local stuff there. That'll do for now. We should keep saving up for Constantinople. That's unfortunate that we lost that battle in the south, but this army is now very bad unit has very bad unit composition. A major battle, just for your interest, YouTube, has been defined as losing more than half of one full stack. Or I think I said a full stack, so like 15,000 units. We lose a battle that has 15,000 units. So if this battle, for example... Oh, that's a problem, actually. Oh, but we're about to win this siege, so it's less of a problem. Let's rally up. I should be able to go south and then in. Yeah. They're going east. Seems ill-advised. Let's do a quick siege on Granada. Because there's also some more in the north we want. Yeah, like these... Honestly, all 4 of these provinces are pretty juicy. Can we get here right now? No, can't get to any of them yet. Yeah, we could do with a few more men. Obviously, you know, we're playing this militarily ineffectually because we're trying to really min-max getting as much as possible loot out of this war, which means we're not placing our armies in the maximally, you know, defensive kind of conservative places, but still going pretty well. Oh god, another 15,000 Castilians though. That's a bit of a problem. think I am going to put all this lot into the siege of Cadiz just for safety. It's going to cost us more on manpower, but not as much manpower as if we actually lost. I imagine the Spanish are in the south because the French are in the north. I don't know for certain, but... Did I ever bring the additional 5,000? I never did. Let's bring this lot over. Good thing no one actually got stack wiped, though. Means we don't have to reorganize our armies. More cores being completed up here. That's great stuff. I like this as a northern border for us. I think this section of our border is really nice looking. Works out well. They're trying to siege us in. Taking that fort out from under us, but I don't think they're going to be able to, because this is about to win. And then this is shrub flats. Okay. Come on, win it on this one. Nice. Let's take a fight here in the grass flats. See if they're willing to reinforce. They're so not willing to reinforce, they're actually going to retreat. Okay. Let's move the blockade over one. And once the reinforcements arrive, I really don't want them to be able to win this siege. If they weren't willing to reinforce that army, I doubt they're willing to reinforce this one. But let's wait for the... walls breached is unfortunate. Really need to get in there. Ah, it's gone to 100%. Okay. This is going to end in 13 days. I can walk there in 4. And you're going to arrive in... It's too close. We're going to go in now. And we're going to consolidate after the monthly tick. This is a major battle. We have to do it because we can't let them lock us in here. And then you guys are going to reinforce by sea. Let's see. Are they going to reinforce? Are the Castilians going to move in to aid their ally? They are. Okay, so here it is. We have a massive morale advantage. And we have an additional 5,000 units coming in. The channel points hang on this. They're going to have a relatively significant numbers advantage. Oh, it's a great roll, though. Well, it's not even that good, but it's pretty good. Look at that. Look at the casualty ratios. Oh, baby. The reinforcements have arrived. Okay roll in the fire phase. Look at the casualty ratios. See, that one was much more balanced. It takes a 7 to a 2 to give them a balanced phase. That's embarrassing. Get sent packing. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's maneuver our boys and get up north, get some of these other sieges going. Obviously, Seville is a very important one for us. Cordoba is another one for us, but there are some... Well, no, we should focus on the big loot wins rather than quibbling over some of the smaller provinces, I think. It was close. It was close in that fight. There was nail biting in Twitch chat, I don't doubt. Manpower still manages to have gone up in this war. What the heck are you doing, Naples? Give me a small army to deal with this Neapolitan foolishness. So I wonder when the French war is going to end. Because it's a Sicilian war declared on Naples that's actually got the French in here. So they're not gonna peace out in a hurry because they've got literally no sieges of Naples, so they can't possibly take what they want. Urbanization up here continues. So we can see this. 49 days. We're going to build a trade dockland. Nothing else is likely to change that affects the communication efficiency, so we can see just how much better the level 2 than the level 1 trade dockland is, which is nice. Okay, sieges in the north, progressing nicely. There it goes. Now this is a big moment. I want all of these sieges, but I guess I'm going to relinquish that one in order to start this one sooner, but with the whole army, because we can't afford to split up. These guys are going to reinforce up to more numbers. But you know what I will do? I will split up, having just said I can't do it. Oh, we can't actually walk here now, so that's kind of no problem. Or here. Fine. Or anywhere? What? Alright, we'll do that. The problem with our heavy cavalry units is that it makes our army... We punch way above our weight because of our heavy cavalry focus. Because cavalry are doing, like, I think double slightly more than double damage compared to infantry. So if you have the same force limit, the more of it is cavalry, the more damage you're doing. So we're punching way above our weight, but it makes sieging harder because once you split off any infantry, you get the unbalanced penalty. How are we doing on loot-wise so far? Another tasty 6,000 or 6 or 7. I think we're looking at 6,000 ducats in loot so far, and we've got still the Toledo, Cordoba, Seville, Santiago, lots of big places to siege down yet. Very nice. Many of them in the south. Not going to take too long either, which is good. And actually, I think Badajoz had a it was an okay little loot pile there. We could spread out and siege, but I think given that the only reason you want to spread out and siege is when you really want to weaken someone. And I think we're proving, especially with Castile under Aragon, we're already way stronger than the Iberians, so we don't need to weaken them. We should just focus on ourselves right now. We don't need to prioritize changing their landscape totally. We're not going to do like a Hungarian style depopulation to them just because we don't need to. Now when we go to war with France, that's a whole other story. France is going to get the Hungary treatment, and the Hungary treatment is ironically not a very good description of what happens because there's lots of excess food once we're done with the population. Right, sorry, let's speed the game up again. We slowed it down there for the... I know you're going for me in Santiago. Stay away. Let's have these guys come back around to La Mancha. Just keep them safe. They might be going for the Toledo army. That would not go your way, Castile. I do not advise it. That's where our best general is. Castile, what are you doing? There goes the siege of Toledo. Nice. Which means I might be able to catch these guys out. Yeah, nice. Won that as well. Let's reinforce these sieges. Wow, the game's running really nicely. Really appreciating that. Recently, it's been running pretty well. There's that beautiful Chaldiki Craftsman's District. Watch that silk revenue go through the roof. It's going to be great stuff. Okay. Alright, we no longer have minor loot burden, I imagine, because we now have... Yeah, sorry, we have minor, we don't have minimal anymore. And actually, the thing is, like, we're not doing a depopulation war. But because we're weakening their armies and sieging their major forts, we're letting France carry out the depopulation for us, basically. I still feel slightly uncomfortable about talking about depopulating places, but it's honestly a good description of what we're doing to them. I mean, it's the most literal description, and the fact that it is possible is a glowing endorsement of the simulation nature of MEIOU and taxes. Again, just sieging down the empty provinces because it's probably one month of attrition at worst. Has this one been already looted? Yeah, that's the already looted icon. And you guys can maybe head up here. Yeah, this one needs looting. Salamanca as well. I like Castilian province names, and Portuguese. They're nice, in my opinion. It's not a controversial take, just a thought. You guys can rally up here. Well, no, that's too dangerous. Let's just pile on here. There is reason to put more men than you strictly need on a siege in MEIOU and taxes because it does speed up the sieges if you badly outnumber the locals. Alright, good. Carrying on up here. Alright, so we can move into Portugal. There's some loot in Portugal that's worth sieging out. So let's get these guys down there. Are these both worth sieging? This one maybe not. Well, there's 100 ducats. At the end of the day, 100 ducats is 100 ducats. And remember, even if we only take 1/10 of this cash into our own treasury, 100% of the cash makes it into our nation. It just comes as local wealth, which the locals then spend on stuff. And you like it when the locals spend on stuff, because they spend on useful stuff. Another glorious conversion. Keep working on the Peloponnese, please. And I believe in 1 more month, we can afford... Is this one worth sieging? Level 2 for 160? Yeah, it probably is. In 1 more month, we can build the trade district in Constantinople, which will be good. We're making good money while we're away on this war, which is nice. And our manpower is really not declining by much. The Trebizond urban attraction program is no longer required. Big Castilian army roaming around in the south of Spain, but not coming for me just yet, so I'm not concerned. They can stack white little French units all they want. Yes, give me the merchant quarter, please. Extra 10% urban gravity modifier. And a shot at a dominant center of trade, which would be nice. And of course, every bit of additional urban population we get gives us more and more production, which brings us closer to an important center, a major center of production, which would again help with urban gravity, etc., etc., etc. Beating the darn French. Alrighty. Anywhere else that's important that we siege? Yeah, this one's important. South is much less rich, I believe. Except possibly this province. Yeah, this province has got some stuff going on. We'll try and go there after Badajoz. Okay, and yeah, this one's not that good. And looks like, unfortunately, Lisboa suffered at the hands of earlier attacks. We do want to get a corporation guild here. What is the local population? Yeah, 90,000. So we definitely want to get a corporation guild going just as soon as is possible. What are you doing, Naples? Just running into the pits of the Peloponnese. I keep saying Peloponnese for some reason. I don't know why. Alright, good stuff. Alright, well, the war with Castile is obviously going very well, but let's call it a part there. In the next episode, we'll finish up. We will feast on all their glorious loot. We will distribute it to our favourite provinces. How is the local wealth doing in Constantinople? Not bad. Some of it's been spent, clearly, because otherwise there would definitely be more than that. But yeah, we're getting there. How about Cairo? Oh, baby. Look at that. Getting up there. At some point, Cairo is going to be able to afford some improvements, but there are literally no buildings that can be built currently in Cairo, so good luck with that. Either way, thank you ever so very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.